So one of the major factors, one of the major issues facing people at work today is this idea of feeling career stuck. And most likely you can identify with this a little bit. You know, you started work with the best job you could get. And you kind of came out and did this thing, and you probably did it for a couple of years, long enough that you can project into the future and see where this job may take you. You know, you look at your boss and you think, do I want that person's job? And if the answer is no, what do? You know, the University of Phoenix does this study every couple of years, and in their most recent publication, they identified that 59% of all workers are interested in changing career paths. And the number for people in their 30s is closer to 73%. That's huge. 3 out of 4 people want to change careers. Why is that? Maybe more importantly, what do we do about it? You know, most people who talk about careers really focus almost exclusively on clarity. If we could only help you figure out what you want to do, we could solve all your problems. And clarity is important. I mean, if you haven't started to really take a look at those hard questions, what do I want to do with my life? And what is the world willing to support me doing? If you haven't wrestled with those questions, you have to. But once you've done that, part 2 of the challenge is taking action. What do you do with that information? You know, when you start that job and you do it for a couple of years, most likely you're earning a little bit more than you did when you started. But your life probably costs a little bit more too. So very quickly you're squeezed by life. The economics of life wrap around you and make it really hard to make any changes. So even if you had the clarity, you feel like you're stuck. And there's no easy way around that. There's no like magic bullet I can give you that just all of a sudden removes the economics from this situation. That's a very real and very hard challenge. I think that's why most people who talk about careers don't get into this, because it's just not easy. So what do? Well, essentially, this is a larger conversation, but I want you to just get a slice of an answer, a real quick idea of like what is a snapshot of a solution. And the solution is this: you start doing the job you want within the job that you have. Let me explain what that means. Assume you're an accountant, but what you really want to do is work in the environmental field. Just assume that's your focus. Well, there's probably a ton of things you can do as an accountant to start to bring more of an environmental awareness into your office. Can you start a task force? Can you start a project? Can you start a number of kind of training sessions about the environmental impact your organization has? Can you tie that to economics in some way or accounting in some way? There's a way to start to bring the job that you want into the job that you have. And it does a couple things for you. Number one, it starts to build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. So that when you make that jump, you don't need to kind of walk down the ladder as far and have that big, huge drop in earnings. So the first thing it does is it builds a bridge. But the second thing it does, which is maybe even more important, is it re-engages you at work. It gets you excited about work again. It gets you to speed up at work so that you start to be in the captain's chair once again. So you're feeling career stuck. Yes, this is a larger conversation, but the quick answer is this: start doing the job you want in the job that you have. What we're talking about is work and leadership. So if you like this stuff, subscribe, like, and comment.